Officials saying that some of the militants who attacked the mall are Americans. Such a development, if true, raises the question if these guys can shoot up a packed mall in Kenya, killing innocent men, women, and children. What would stop them from doing the same back here in the U.S.? Philip Mudd, former deputy director of the CIA's Counterterrorism Center and former senior intelligence advisor of the FBI. He wrote the book Takedown: Inside the Hunt for Al-Qaeda. Sir, good morning to you and welcome back here from Memphis, Tennessee. Two Americans, possibly age 18, age 19 among the attackers, possibly. Not confirmed. If true, what does that tell you?
This tells me that what we saw going back to, in my experience at the FBI, to about 2006 is coming true today. That is, we saw Americans in expatriate communities, Somali expatriate communities in cities like Minneapolis or San Diego become energized by fighting in Somalia. And some of those kids like these, 18, 19 years old, who are talking to friends and family back home, decided they want to go and fight. So this isn't a new phenomenon, but we're seeing it change with these mall attacks.
Is this then... When you have a successful terrorist attack as grisly as this is, does it help in recruiting? As sick and as sad as that sounds?
I think in some ways it does. I would, by the way, still rank Syria as a more significant recruiting ground today than Somalia for places like Western Europe and North America. But with the decline of Al-Qaeda in areas like Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Pakistan, the people who want to fight have to find a new place. And that's going to be someplace like Syria or Somalia or Kenya, because they don't, other places to go like Pakistan are being shut down.
But if you're 18 or 19, you're vulnerable. And you're buying into the message, and you're leaving Minneapolis or wherever you live in the U.S., and you go back to southern Somalia and you join the fight there. That's sick.
That's right. It's right. I would characterize it not just as terrorism, but as sort of a cult culture. That is, if you think of a gang, an older brother or father figure might recruit a gang member in because that gang member is impressionable. We saw the same thing consistently in cities across America when I was at the FBI. That is, an older brother or father figure says, hey, things are bad back home. You got to go protect your friends and family. And very quickly, sometimes in the course of days or weeks, somebody who's 17 years old will become radicalized.
Yeah. So we wonder where the outrage is, especially from the Muslim world. Bill O'Reilly talked about this last night. Quick clip on that.
This is simply about murder. And if you are a Christian or a Jew, you are a target. It is clear that Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are now going to wage small-time terrorism all over the world. They will burn down Christian churches, attack Jewish synagogues, and if they can, launch another 9/11. What is the Muslim world doing about it? Nothing. We're living in a cowardly world, and the terrorists know it.
All right, that's a 7-minute clip cut down to about 35 seconds. The point is clear. Now, where are the moderate Muslim leaders who are coming out and saying this is wrong, we condemn it, we won't stand for it, we will not allow our religion to be defamed on behalf of these idiots?
You've seen some of this across the Islamic world in the past 5 or 10 years. For example, in Saudi Arabia, the senior cleric has already been out talking about what's going on in Somalia. One significant point, though, if you look, regardless of what leaders say, if you look at polling data across the Middle East, in places that have witnessed terror attacks like Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Pakistan, the support for Islamists and radical Islamists, this kind of violence is declining. So we have an episode here that's tragic. It does not... Yes, but what I'm saying is we should not interpret this episode as evidence that the echoes of Al-Qaeda are increasing. They are not. There will be periodic incidents like this.
A very direct question here. How many of these the UN's going to kick off in a matter of moments now? How many world leaders are going to stand on that stage and condemn what we're watching in Nairobi today?
My guess is most of them, if not, I don't know, 75, 80, 90%, most of them will condemn this.
You believe that?
Yes, I do. We'll talk tomorrow. Let's see what happens.
All right. We're watching and are waiting for that because, I mean, we're looking for headlines. We're looking for interviews. We can't find them.
Well, as I said, you look at what the senior cleric in Saudi Arabia has said in the past few days. He's commented on this, and public opinion across the Middle East doesn't support this. These guys are not going to win by murdering innocents. They can win by taking down aircraft, but they can't win by murdering innocents.
Philip, listen, we're going to be watching that UNGA. It kicks off this morning, and we'll see if indeed that is the case. Thank you, sir. Out of Memphis today, Philip Mudd back with us.